Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of the best animated series of all time. The series follows many characters and their journeys, but one theme sticks and changes the show forever. This is, of course, the theme of forgiveness. So stay tuned to today's video as we discuss how the gang in Avatar: The Last Airbender found peace through forgiveness. First up, we have how Avatar's cast and world learned to forgive itself. Throughout the series of Avatar: The Last Airbender, there are a variety of thought-provoking themes that tie in with fate and destiny, as well as major recurring ideas like forgiveness. It was Aang's fate to face Lord Ozai, as well as it was also Zuko's fate to realize his own destiny and to help Aang restore peace to the world. One of the biggest themes in all of Avatar: The Last Airbender is forgiveness, and you can see it everywhere. It is a theme throughout fiction that is often misunderstood by those watching. The idea of forgiveness doesn't mean to make excuses for the guilty party. It simply means letting go of all resentment and vengeance. It leads to some inner peace for the character and puts away any form of grudge or conflict. Throughout Avatar: The Last Airbender, basically every character's storyline involves forgiveness in some shape or form. Aang, Toph, Zuko, and Katara all deal with forgiveness in some way, leading to the theme recurring throughout the series. The vast majority of the main characters in the series have deep-seated reasons to resent and dislike other people. They blame others for their suffering and hate people around them. However, because the series is an inspiring and educational kids show, we get to see these characters change and learn to forgive others around them. The show is about characters moving on from anger and learning to embrace forgiveness instead. This is a far more constructive route to take for a series like this, but it ends up working really well. Grudges and feuds accomplish nothing and just destabilizes someone's life and soul. But the Avatar shows that moving on from this sort of thing and learning to forgive works. Prince Zuko, who was on the receiving end of forgiveness at least twice in Avatar, and both scenes were pivotal in his famed redemption arc. For example, Zuko made a rash decision to side with his sister Azula and betray Iroh to the Fire Nation, only to regret it later. Zuko explained to his tyrannical father during the Eclipse invasion, stating his intention to find Iroh and beg for his forgiveness. Tellingly, Zuko didn't even have to speak a word to Iroh when they met. The uncle embraced his nephew immediately, with no words necessary. They made up at once. Similarly, Katara of the Water Tribe tried to get revenge on Yan-Ra for her mother's murder, only to realize the truth of Aang's words about revenge. She did not forgive Yan-Ra, but did forgive Zuko, what with Yan-Ra's twisted personality, putting the prince into clear perspective. It was abundantly clear to Katara that Zuko, in contrast to Yan-Ra, was a good person deep down who had simply made some mistakes. Katara can't forgive murderous intent, but she can forgive a young man like Zuko for losing his way before seeking redemption. Even a character like Toph expressed forgiveness at some point in the series, though it might not be through such clear-cut means. She forgives her parents for the terrible upbringing she got. She realized that fleeing Herman actually hurt her parents, and that they always wanted the best for her throughout her life. In the end, she forgave them, which gave her the peace she needed to push forward later on in the story. Aang forgives Zuko for everything that he had done throughout the series, though it might not have been as forward as how Katara said it. His unspoken forgiveness was massive for character development and even led to a friendship with the new Fire Lord. With the ending of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the four nations are finally learning to get to peace once again and forgiving the world for its crimes. Katara forgives Zuko, which pairs up the Water Tribe Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation. This eventually allows the three to become friends and create a massive future for the world. Resentment and aggravation only causes more wounds between groups, so the three tribes forgiving one another speaks volumes for the situation that Avatar places them in. Originally, the start of the series sees every tribe against one another, but by the end of it, they all start to care for one another and have relationships. The Fire Nation appears once again in The Legend of Korra, which is an Avatar spin-off series. Here, they still might be the strongest, but they're all paired up with the Earth and Water Nations. The forgiveness that these three tribes had for one another allowed the three to work together in the future and produce some amazing feats in the Korra timeline. At this point in time, every nation is friends with one another, and they even have a Republic City where all of the nations can reside. This was created by Aang and Zuko long after the series ended. It's awesome how a simple children's series like this can bring forgiveness into such a huge light. It shows that forgiveness is a natural part of life and can even change the future forever. The characters in the series and the world all found peace through forgiveness, and that's just the heart of Avatar: The Last Airbender. What do you think about all this? Please let us know down in the comments section below, and also tell us your thoughts on the theme of forgiveness in Avatar: The Last Airbender. And now stay tuned for some more television news from the last few weeks. Next up, more Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra projects are in the works. Our Our next piece of news is the fact that there are so many more Avatars and the Legend of Korra projects in the works, all being set after the ending of the original Avatar series. Of course, there is the long-awaited Avatar, The Last Airbender, live-action series on Netflix, but we won't be talking about that today, as that has already been confirmed and has been in the discourse of the fanbase for a while. However, the next biggest piece of information is the fact that a brand new animated Avatar movie is in the works, with the entire gang back as adults like they were in the flashbacks of Legend of Korra. This is coming from the creators of the original project, and even the voice actors are coming back from the original series. There's been a lot of rumors and speculation floating around for a while about this, but after the Avatar tie-in novel was released, fans knew something was coming. It was announced at San Diego Comic-Con that the novel would be adapted into the first feature-length film, Avatar, in the Last Airbender film. The voice of Aang was the first to announce this on Twitter because it has shown interest in a while, since the ending of Legend of Korra, to stop this new film being set in an area we have never seen before. They are all young adults and not with children yet. This is going to be pretty tantalizing for fans, as this is one area we have never seen but only heard about. We know the future of these characters, as Aang and Katara both appear in the Legend of Korra series with children. It's so cool that this is finally happening, as fans have been wanting more Avatar, The Last Airbender content for years, since the original series ended and since the broadcasting of Korra stopped. Throughout the Legend of Korra, we did get to see both Aang and Katara as adults in their later years, but we were yet to see them in their teenage years. Are these two going to be in a relationship at this point? All that will come throughout the film. We'll have to wait and see. It's inevitable that these characters get together, as we know they have children later on in life. The film might make a big deal about this, but could also skip over it and leave it for another project later on down the line. Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of the most popular series of all time, and it just makes sense to bring it back in this format. We have no information on the plot or storyline, as it seems to be loosely based on a tie-in novel released a few years ago. However, because that book is out, we can probably tell the general story of what's going to happen. We can't wait to see the designs announced of Aang and his friends in their young adult era. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know down in the comments below. Are you excited for this, or could you care less? And that's the end of today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this latest video. If you did, let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course, subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thank you for watching. Bye!